Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Conversation with Within. My name is Nando Araújo. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here today and connect with you guys one more time. Today I have someone here, I don't like to say special. She's a beautiful earth angel, and her name is Regina Roberti, right? Roberti. And she's the one of a life transformation solution. She's also a massage therapist as well, right?
Yeah.
And today we're going to have a conversation here about her spiritual journey in this incarnation. Regina, I'd just like to start with you, ask, what type of belief, that you were raised, that you grew up,
The household was Catholic, but we weren't like practicing Catholics. My father prayed every day, but he wasn't a churchgoer. But we did make communion. We did go to religious ed after hours in school, and every now and again we might have gone to our Catholic church. Just to, I guess, my parents to keep relationships with them whenever, because there's 9 of us. And so whenever one of us needed to do a baptism or make communion, we had the relationship with the Father. But after I was in I think it was 7th grade, I hadn't gone back to church at all. I wasn't taking religious ed anymore. And I stopped practicing myself independently, which I was doing prior to that age. So I grew up Catholic, but it wasn't until I moved down here to Florida from New York. It wasn't until about, I believe, 2010 and 11 that I started to really get into a different way of belief.
Okay, let me ask a question. What do you remember also what you used to feel? Because I was raised in a Catholic church. I was 7 years old. And when my mother friends took her to a metaphysical place in Brazil, she fell in love. But I remember that I used to tell my mother that I don't like to come here, man. I don't like this place. And my brother used to say the same thing to my mom. But do you remember what you used to feel, when you used to go to Catholic church? I just want to, before you answer, I just want to say something that if you are new to my channel, that I don't judge anyone's beliefs, but this is a conversation we need to talk about what we felt, what we went through, but it's not, we are not judging anyone's beliefs. I'd just like to say again, we respect whatever that you believe out there. Thank you.
Yeah, no judgment.
Yeah, but do you remember what you felt? What's the reasons? Because one thing I remember, the Catholic Church that I used to love so much, even today I'm connected today with the saints now.
Yeah.
They had all these huge saints on top of the church, around
Beautiful
the church.
sight.
Beautiful. I'm connected today. That's something that that's one thing that I remember Catholic Church. I want to go there, not for the things that the pastor was saying or the music, but all the saints, all the statues of the huge,
Yeah.
That's something that they always connected to me, to today.
I had many feelings, if I remember correctly, because that part of my life is pretty muted. It wasn't significant to me, but I remember being in the church as a really young kid and just being really fidgety and just looking around. I always appreciated the glass windows, painted glass, and the beauty of it. But I do remember being older and feeling the stand up, sit down. I was like, what is this? What is the whole point of this?
Yeah.
But when I was in religious ed, I had this small, I guess, study Bible for kids. It was not very big. It was that thick. And I remember I read from it every single night. There was something that I connected to. But it's a really strange story. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Happened when I had disconnected from reading it, right? So I had it every night in my bed. I'd put it under my pillow. I'd go to sleep. One morning I woke up and it was completely gone. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, where's my book? She's like, I don't know, Regina. I don't know where it is.
Just like that?
It disappeared. gone. I checked under the mattress. I checked behind the bed. I checked if it went into my pillow on accident. It wasn't anywhere. Like it disappeared into thin air.
Wow.
And I was so frustrated. I was so hurt. I thought she was lying to me or just not remembering. It could have been anything. But at that point, it was like I had given up on everything that I was doing.
Wow.
There was this really deep disappointment. And I do remember feeling, this just came up the other day. I remembered feeling like a sense of security, a sense of like, it was like an anchoring, reading that Bible every night. Like it was constant for me. And in my own house, it was such a dysfunctional household that when it left, it was like God abandoned me. And I was like, why did I feel that way? Like, that's not even remotely true.
Yeah.
But I had lost my connection and my faith in that moment because my house was so scary to me as a kid. It was like the one constant thing that felt safe and secure was gone. And I didn't have anything else.
Oh, you get emotion. That's beautiful. You know, I was thinking here, my mother never had a Bible inside the house. She never, she was sick. I always had this in here, but I
didn't expect that.
Yeah. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, my mother never had a Bible inside the house. She never taught her eyes, talk about Bible, anything like that with your eyes. And but the one thing she used to do, she used to pray with what we call rosary. Rosary, right? Yeah. Because it Catholic, they teach those. Christians don't teach those things, no. But
it's almost like the Buddhist beads, like everyone you do like a prayer.
Yeah. But when I was listening to you and you said, when you lost your book, what I mean, that you felt, there was something important for you. I always tell people I'm not against anything. I don't judge anyone's beliefs. What I mean, but the Bible is not something that I never connected in my life. I tried more time to connect. I tried more time to read, and I just cannot read. But I will say this: it is a very good energy. In so many different books out there. The Bible is one of them, and it has a beautiful message. But for some reason, it's not something that never resonated with me. I tried, but I felt I was forcing myself to try to please someone, because the times I was going in a Christian church here in America. Yeah. So I felt there, because I was there, I never had the Bible next to me. So when someone has a Bible, they share with me, and to be polite, to be nice, I just go there, read, and so but anyway, so something never connected to me. But I felt this because it was something, for some reason, was you create a belief in such a young age. This book keeping me safe now.
Yeah.
For some things that you went through, I don't want to go talking about.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like in religious ed, like I didn't really like it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're the ones who gave me the book, right? When I think I started in 5th or 6th grade. They're the ones who gave me the book. Like it wasn't even that I liked being in that room with the teacher, the learning. I've always been a student of learning, right? Like I've always loved it, but I didn't exactly care for the class. It was that attachment, like you said, it was that emotional attachment to the book, something that felt so, I guess, just like strong for me, that's something to believe in and have that faith, and then that faith be lost.
Yeah, because it's something I understand a lot of today. We doesn't matter what we're going through in our lives, especially when a child is, you can have something, you can have someone, that you feel with the person or with that place or inside the closet or somewhere, you feel safe though. You always look for some to you feel like they are protecting you, they are going to help you.
My older sister became that. In the later years.
So in your case was with the book, there's something, even can be something that comes from all the lives that you have before here, so all the incarnation, and that you came with you in this incarnation now. If for some reason that book has something It's something, I mean, we're not going to try to go deep in this. I can see things, I
I
can look
can't,
things,
yeah.
but it's more.
It meant something to me, and it was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, a Christian, you know what I mean? Like now we use some, a lot of people use the Christians, a lot of Christians. I mean, I carry
Symbol,
Christian,
right?
and it's symbol that you feel. I touch, you know what I mean? I touch my neck, was on a knee, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
we just know it's something. It's not, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And it's just an object, but at that young of an age, feeling unsafe in my environment to that degree that a book was something like, of all the things, that a book was that thing. It never thought about it until like literally last week. It didn't come up. So it's interesting that we're having this conversation.
But it never found the book. The book never be found. It's
in there.
Wow.
Weird.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah. Who knows? I literally put it under my pillow. I went to sleep, and when I woke up, it was gone. Nobody was in my room. I mean, the house was haunted, but who knows if that was? I can't tell you.
Things can come to us from nowhere. I think they can disappear from us as well.
Yeah.
And I had many stories about this situation, but so tell me after that. So you after that, so you start connecting with something else, right? Where you just kind of walk away for everything, you know.
My dad started dating this woman a few years later. My parents had split up when I was in almost 9th grade, and a couple years later, he started dating this woman, and she was big into crystals, and so he got into them, which he had never been before, and so he gifted me a bag of runes, and I always had clear quartz and amethyst in my room, and I would set up like I guess like on top of my dresser, almost like a shrine. And so I just started kind of playing with them, not really knowing what I was doing or what it meant or anything like that. I was a very naturey kind of girl, so like my safety became outdoors. Mother Earth. Very healing. Yeah, Mother Earth became that. And so the crystals just kind of, and the runes just kind of resonated with me. And then as I got older, I got into astrology. And it wasn't anything spiritually oriented. Like there was no God inserted into anything. It was just feeling and exposure. But then when I went to massage school in 2009, I was reintroduced to Reiki because my dad's like long-term girlfriend, now wife, after that, different woman. She's a Reiki master like multiple times over. She's a psychic, well-known in New York. She teaches Reiki at SUNY Ulster, and she does readings on the phone, and she has drum circles and Reiki, circles. And she's in Long Island doing readings and whatever else, like all the time. And so when she came into our lives, I had just graduated I think it was December 2009 from my massage school. And in January 2010, I went and I took my license, and I got licensed. The next year, I needed to renew my license because it's every odd year. And I called her and I said, I need CEUs. Can you give CEUs for teaching Reiki 1 and 2? And she goes, no. So I gave her information. She went to the NCBTMB, which is like a national board of massage therapy. Yeah. And she asked them if she could become a CEU provider. And it was like instantaneous. They didn't even question. She sent them her credentials.
A lot of people have been doing this. I thought about to do, but
so that's when like more spirit came in, right? Like the connection to source energy stuff. I had her come down. She taught I don't know how many students I ended up kind of pulling in from school, but like 12, 13 students. She came in 2 days. We borrowed the upstairs room at the chiropractic office that I was doing massage at. And we did classes for 2 days. And that was kind of like what started me into the Reiki and the energy world.
Do you remember the experience in the first, you learned the first tournament is Reiki 1. Do you remember what you experienced and what you felt? I remember my too, like today. 100%. Do you remember what you felt, or saw something? Because each one is experience something. Even though if you learn 1, 2, if you learn
I did one-on-one with her in a different building in New York. I went to see her. She and my mom were using a space together, a hair salon, and so they were alternating hours. And I went to visit New York, and I got certified in 1 and 2. So that experience with her was something I don't know that I could describe it exactly, but the like it wasn't as significant as it could have been. And then when she came and taught that next year for my colleagues that I mostly graduated with, I was kind of like an assistant teacher. Like I was helping, I was there, I was doing, Mario was, my partner was with us, and he was also getting attuned and participating and helping, like keeping the day going, because it was long hours, 12 hours a day. The energy that I really felt like with Reiki wasn't until I started working in Pompano at a salon called Namaste. I never felt energy like I had when I worked there. My manager was an amazing Reiki master, and I would get sessions from her, and I would feel the energy move through me.
Do you remember if you used to
visualizations?
see spiritus, things?
Yeah, and then I started practicing there because they would have specials, and they'd have all these.
The more you practice, the more you
develop. And I would have psychic knowings, intuition while I'm working on people that I discredited. Like I was like, that can't be true.
Yes, true.
And then we started talking, and it was like, holy, that is true. You know. Yeah. So the energy that my boss and my manager had created in that spa, and all the people, we were all Reiki attuned. There was nothing like that place. Yeah. And I haven't felt the same since.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about a little bit this more. But the one thing that I like to share about my Reiki experience, and because this was a yoga place that I used to go, the other area that I used to live. And one day I went there for a class, and I was 2 ladies on the floor. One was laying in her stomach, the other one has her hands in this lady's back, and I passed by, I said, excuse me, may I ask what you're doing over there? She said, I'm doing Reiki. She said, well, Reiki? She said, where's this Reiki? She said, I can talk after class with you. Come to me. I said, okay. So after class, I went to talk to her. She explained to me. I said, do you teach that? She said, yes. Yeah. He said, how much you charge? I said, I don't charge it. If you like to learn, you know what I mean, just come to me. We set up a day, time, went there. And but I remember that their tournament is pretty fast, they don't take too long. But I remember that when I sat in the chair and I closed my eyes, and she started doing her things, and this woman face will pop up on my left side in black and white. Wow. It's just a face, and the neck up. But I give a look at them to the left, and I was able to see her entire face. Wow. And she was looking at me. So then she finished, then we practiced on the hand position. And then after that, I grabbed my phone and I typed, Mr. Cara pictures. Yeah. And there's a bunch of pictures on the internet for her at the internet. So then one of those pictures was the picture, was the face that I saw, that was her. So she showed up on my Reiki tournament one. So they right there. So I called my teacher. Oh my God, you know who's that saw? But anyway, so
I didn't even know what she looked like.
But the other thing was so amazing. Was a life change. I was in massage school back then as well. But my ex-second wife, you know what I mean? She went to the library. She read about I think it was 5 Reiki books now, right? I don't like to read books till today. I have a book in here that I start reading on. It probably, I don't know, whatever.
Take you forever.
But I make a long story short, it was the first time that I decided to read a book, But it was so amazing, when I started reading the books, I already received all this information before, because if I was talking to her, I said, girl, it's all the things that I'm reading here, I know all these things already came to me. All the information they give to me before. So much information about Reiki was something amazing. But it was a life change for me. It was a life change. Yeah. Then after that, I learned a Reiki too. Then after that, I became a Reiki master with her. And my teacher, she went to learn when Mr. Carr was alive, in Hawaii. She didn't learn for her. She talked to her, but she learned with someone else.
Yeah.
they taught Mr. Carr taught Reiki, you know what I mean? So, but it was a life change for me too today, you know. It opened a YouTube portal for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was amazing. But this back to you again, you know, so after that, so you connected to spirituality, so you kind of, the same way something happened when you were with the Catholic, you know what I mean, religion, if then after that something happened, I mean, with spirituality as well, right?
Something changed in me. I started to question, like, what is God? You know, is it an entity? Does it exist? Is it just energy? I started doing a lot of ceremonies, new moon, full moon, Reiki circles.
I love good stuff.
All of it. I got involved in a place called Urban Namaste down in Broward County. And I was having such an amazing experience. I would go to a Reiki circle and all of a sudden they needed somebody to give. So I would volunteer, and I'm like only Reiki level 2 at the time. I'm like, I'll do what I can. Right. And so I was feeling things. They were feeling things, like the energy swirls, the colors, the feelings. It was a good experience. The more I practiced, the better I got at tapping into my own intuition, because I've always had abilities since I was a baby.
Yeah.
And they just enhance that. But if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So
I respect what you say. I don't agree with that.
You know, when you're not connected,
but it's always there with you. If you decide to use it again,
it'll come back. You don't like lose it. But like, it's not something like synchronicity messages, like that kind of thing, you know, they're not as strong when I'm not actually intentional about it. So fast forward to having children, massage. I went through massage school. I was practicing. I got pregnant. I had my kids. I became very disconnected from a lot of things. I had to go through a lot of different things throughout becoming a mother, lessons. But in 2019, I got introduced to hypnosis. And through hypnosis and practicing that, a whole nother perspective shift came into play. I was doing past life regressions, psychic abilities, life purpose, soul purpose, the in-between sessions, just kind of like out of curiosity, see what existed beyond us. And so just a whole new introduction of energy and what it was and how it worked came into play. And it really just started to define me as a person in life in a totally different way than how I'd been living.
Yeah. Something that I was listening to, it's something that it happened to me as well. Like I said, I was raised in a Catholic church. Day after that, my mother found this spiritual metaphysical place.
Mm-hmm.
The day after that, when I came to America, I went to different Christian church. Even I was baptized in a Christian church in here. But I want to try to say that if you went through the same, it is a different phase, but it's preparing us for something. You know what I mean? You know, so you need to go through the experience. You need to learn those things. You need to see what it is. You know what I mean? Especially because we always tell, when I work with clients, please stay open. You know, no, we don't want to try to change your beliefs or change who you are, but stay open, because when you are open, the universe got us to go through some different experience to a different place. Sometimes has not to do what we believe in, but it's something that we need to learn. It's something you need to experience in our own lives, because like me, like everybody else, and I believe that you went through in your past. If you like to talk about a little bit, even some things. I'm talking about relationships. You know what I mean? That maybe you what you learn is in Catholic Church, what you learn with the Christians, what you read. You know what I mean? It help, you know what I mean, to understand some things. Even I believe it help, you know what I mean, to heal some traumas inside yourself. I don't know if you like to talk about the experience that you went through, and then you use what you learned before to help.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like my personal life, my relationships, I think as far as ego is concerned,
we all have one.
All of those relationships were very like human, right? Very ego oriented. So the lessons were there. I don't know that they it's possible. I never really connected it if they've influenced anything on a spiritual level. But I definitely saw that they helped me on my personal journey, the challenges, the support. Like I look at every relationship that I've had, and there's not a lot. There's only a few relationships, but I can look at each one.
Yeah.
There's 3 relationships before my 15-year relationship now. I can look at each relationship with love and appreciation, because I look back and see what the challenges have done for me, what the person brought to my life, how they shifted me into the next phase of learning. And there's so much gratitude towards that. I could see the lesson in every relationship, or the lessons in every relationship. So there's like zero judgment, zero, animosity towards those people, just love and appreciation for who they were at that time in my life and what they brought to me and everything in between. So, the relationships were challenging. My first one was fantastic. My college relationship. It was one of those like head over heels in love kind of situations. Like I could see my future with him. But a few years into our relationship, his life took a turn for the complicated. And so there was a big dissection that happened between us. And so I moved on, right, from that. It was a gorgeous relationship. There was no lack of communication, appreciation for each other. It was nice.
Yeah, what I can feel here, I like to call it some kind of divine connection.
Yeah.
But
it was weird.
But it was a season.
Young love, right?
Yeah.
And we know how funny that can be. But then my second relationship was definitely more challenging. There was a lot of drinking, partying. It was the up and down relationship, a lot of emotional disconnection.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah. On both ends, right?
Yeah.
And
that's what they say. Relationship is me triggering your traumas, and you trigger mine. And every day we need to decide what to do.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna work out, or we're just gonna follow you, gonna move to a different direction.
And I'm in my relationships, I'm a pretty even-keeled person, right? Like I'm not a jealous person. I give you your freedom, but I expect the same in return. And so that relationship brought me a lot of knowing that I deserve to be happy, and that I don't have to stay in relationships just because the person loves me.
Yeah. See, but listen to you, like I said, all the things that you went through, different, connections, different. Connect to different energies, different beliefs. That you, they all help you, because when you say, "Oh, I know I was a lesson," I see everything with the gratitude, and they help you. Because a lot of times, I'm not judging anyone. So many people, grow up with nothing. It's like, I don't say this empty inside. They are not connected with anything. When they go through those experiences, they create a lot of hatredness, unforgiveness, a lot of suffering. Deep. I'm talking about deep suffering.
Yeah.
They create inside themselves. And some people sometimes never find a way to heal themselves. Sometimes they die just like that. It's very serious. But we all have our own journey here. We all ask you to come here to experience different things. That's what we ask to come here for, experience for. But say, I want to experience those two things, because I know later on in my life I'm going to go through something. And those things are going to help me to be more grounded, balancing my emotions, my feelings, and my thoughts. It helped me to move on. It helped me to understand. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's reason how you say, how you explain the things. You don't say, "Oh, I was very angry at them. I just want to kill them. I want to tell them go die, go to hell."
How would that benefit me? No. It was just it was hard to separate from those relationships, even when I didn't want to be there. It took a long time for me to finally go, okay, enough is enough, right? But there were triggers that needed to happen in order for me to go, okay, this is really the end of this journey, this part of my journey, and it's time to move on. And that was right before massage school. And that was like I'm sitting at my computer. I'm like, I need to get out of here. I need to find like, what am I'm 27 years old. Like, I need to figure out where I am, what I'm doing. Like, I can't keep going the way that I'm going, and I don't want to be where I am. So massage school popped up on the screen as I was doing like a search for occupations. And I had the biggest aha moment, like, so stupid, Regina, so dumb, like, aha. Like, why did this not come into your view, right? Right? In that moment, it was like, yes.
Yeah.
Something came in.
I wish I knew all the things that I know now. My goodness, when I was young, but hey.
Yeah, so much excitement. Like, I was like, screw this relationship. I'm out of here. I'm going to, like, I know exactly where I'm going next. And oh my God, when I walked into, the weird thing is I was supposed to go to a different place than I ended up going to. I had a date set for, I think it was June 21st, to go to the college and do orientation. The day before, in the morning, I got a phone call from that school, and they said, listen, we closed our massage program, but I called somebody that I know, and the only problem is orientation is tonight at 6:00.
I'm getting emotional here because I'm finished so many things. But go ahead.
So I was like, oh, damn. I was like, well, yeah, I can make it. And it was the 20th. And so that day, June 20th, I had already moved down 2 weeks prior to Fort Lauderdale from North Florida. And I was like, oh, wow. And I remember walking in the door and just, spirit is with us, right? So like, I just had this overwhelming feeling of I am exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Wow, this is beautiful. The reason I'm still getting my emotions coming up because my second wife, when we met, she had a vision.
Yeah.
Everything that I'm doing here right now, she had this vision.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the one that talked to me. So, Nando, you need to go to a massage school. I said, no, I'm not going to a massage school. What are you talking about? After 1 year, someone I decided to go to massage school. But I was in a different place back then. I don't say that it was not a good place that I was back then, but I loved her very much. She loved me very much. And was a long story. We were together for a while. And but I went to massage school, and then all the things came to me the way she saw. And many years ago, after I went through to my big awakening, I reached out to her and I explained to her, hey, this happened to me. This is who I am today. And I said, I'm so sorry, for the things that I did with you, blah, blah, blah. And she said, I'm fine. He said, don't worry about it. I always loved you, And I knew all those things was going to come to you. And I knew this was something that you need to go through. But was someone that loved me so much. I never had anyone to love the way she loved me. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Her love, she had, like we talked at the beginning, unconditional forgiveness to me, and unconditional love. She should say, in my entire life, she was very young, she was in the 30s, and I never ever was able to forgive anyone in my life like
instantly.
With you, I can forgive this like that. So I can't understand what it is. I had no idea why. She used to hate so many. She was very, very nice, very kind. But if you trigger something new, she did all. She bring the devil side of her. She did just like that. But with me, she never did anything. She used to forgive me all the time. But was something I went through when you separate, went through divorce. I went through. It took me over a year, for me to be able to connect so much healing. We used to live in the Rocks Beach, at the beach. Her parents, place. After she left, I stayed in the same place. There was a lot of memories there. We walk every day at the beach. I used to look at the water, see her smiling. To me, it was it was 1 year. But the day after that, I was able to connect with the healing. Let it go. But the reason why I got emotional when I was listening to you, massage, school, all these things. It brought a lot of memories. So, but I believe, that everyone's come to our lives for a reason.
Yeah.
We are together for a reason. We know each other for a reason. We have some conversations, some deep conversations.
Yeah.
You know,
We have a lot- we
it's
have a
not the
lot
first
of
time
deep
we
conversations.
were talking here. We have some deep conversation.
An hour or two at a time.
Yeah, but this is beautiful. But let's keep it talking here.
Yeah.
Then so once again, so now you connect now. No, you start looking for answers, right? That's what you said before. You mentioned I start looking for answers, massage school, but then after that more came, right?
Well, I didn't look for answers until I had kids, to be honest
But
with
when
you.
the kids came.
Yeah, so like I had in 2009, I had met
But-
my current
but-
current partner.
But let me ask you something.
Mhm.
So what you were going through before you have the kids? Do you remember was your mind, what you were connected to before the kids come? Because the kids kind of
No, I was one of 9 kids. My house was completely dysfunctional. I helped raise my younger siblings for a long time. I helped my sister raise her daughter, and I thought to myself, I'm done with this. I'm not doing the kids thing. I want to travel because my whole family, like we stayed in the same, nobody travels in my family except for my one sister. I want to travel. Or my 2 sisters, my other one, her boyfriend likes to go places and he's very adventurous. I want to go places. I want to see things. I want to have fun, excitement. I want to see the world in a different lens. And if I have kids, that's going to stop me from being able to do what I want to do, because I had this, have this belief around children and what that means as a mother, and how it can impact your life in a way that you don't expect, but also you might not be comfortable with. And so in massage school, I met my current partner. We've been together 15 years this month. And we were together for about 3 years and we split up. And I had already started doing, because it was 2012, I had already started getting into Reiki. I was already going to Urban Namaste. I was already going to Crystal Emporium. I was doing all of this self-work in that moment because in conflict with him, I was crumbling. I was falling apart. And I wanted, at that point, I started to kind of like try to figure out why I was so damaged, right? But
this is the beginning
the
of
belief,
the
that was the beginning.
The awakening.
The awakening, because 2012 was like
This is
blew
the
the doors
beginning.
off the hinges. Yeah.
Ask him now.
Yeah. So we had separated for a very short period of time, but I moved out and I was just continuing the self-work because I had the freedom to.
Yeah.
I was working hard. I was supporting myself. And I thought, this is, instead of so my ex brought me out of the party world into dental assisting. And through dental assisting, it got me away from all of the destructive behaviors that I was doing. I was still drinking, but not as much. I was able to quit for long periods of time. I quit smoking while I was with him, that I had been doing since I was 9 years old. And so massage school furthered that health focused living. So when I got in this relationship with my partner, 6 months into the relationship, I had a third eye vision of 2 children chasing each other, laughing through a field, almost like a movie scene, wow. Right? And I said, oh shit, here it comes. And I didn't know when it was going to come, but I knew that with him, we were bringing in somebody into this world. And I thought it was a boy and a girl, because that was the vision that I got, the energy that came through. And 3 years into our relationship, when we split up, I had this very visceral response to separating from him. The whole left side of my body, from my armpit to my toes, belly button down, like literal half of my body externally went numb. I had no feeling. It was just this like
it's fear.
Deadening.
It's fear.
Right? Maybe.
Yeah, don't think it's not just for this is something related to children. Side. Yeah, but it's true. It's been something. It's for many incarnations that you are going through these things now.
Right.
And you chose this incarnation. I'm gonna face my fears, relate to children, and I'm gonna have children. But you don't remember that you came here and you actually
and I didn't know
remember.
that contract was there. Like prior to it, I just knew that. And what's really interesting is my entire life, from the time I was 14 until I was with him, I always said, I'm never having children, but if I have children, it won't be until I'm 30 or married. And I got pregnant at 30 and had my first son at 31. So there was this really visceral, whatever it was, fear, whatever response. And I went completely numb for 9 months. It took 9 months. It came in so fast. Within a month, my whole left side was numb. My arm wasn't, just from my armpit down. And then
you were pregnant.
I wasn't pregnant.
No,
yet.
okay.
We got back together 2 months later, but lived apart. And November that was November of 2012. In November of 2013, I was pregnant. So after that, if you want to talk about fear, that was when the fear really kicked in.
There we go.
It wasn't, but I had assumed that numbness was the disconnect between him and I, because I had this like knowing that me and him were going to be together. And when we separated, it was like a part of me left, right? And I couldn't understand. I was just assuming that what was going on, and that faded out. And just as that numbness went away, then I got pregnant. So it was really strange. And I had 2 kids. Then the postpartum depression and the postpartum psychosis, the wanting to not be here and take the kids with me, like that stuff happened. And
that's a fear. What I explain the fear. When you connect to fear, when I talk to clients, say when you connect to fear, you open a huge portal for dark entities come to you.
It was
because you have the fear to have a children. You know what I mean? So then you got pregnant, you had 2 children, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but the fear is so strong there.
Right after the second, when I found out I was pregnant with the second one, like the fear was so strong.
It did come.
Because I didn't have postpartum with my first one. It started after the second one. So that makes a lot of sense.
You are trust those dogs that they come not to take. That's they do.
Yeah. And I almost left, but fortunately, being in Florida in the sun, I had this message: get out of the house, go walk with the kids, put them in the stroller, and just walk and just get sun and just get out of your space.
I got this phone about. I just like to say something that I just like to explain something to you guys. This is not a conversation. She's very gifted as well. She can channel messages. I can channel, and I'm channel messages as well. And we are not here by ourselves. But what they're showing to me, this is the things that you did before in your past, like they're connected to a rate, many other things. You know what I mean? When that frequency that you connected before, it's not that the frequency disappeared. It kept following you all this time.
Yeah.
So when you felt there, they say, "Oh, go," because you mentioned before that when you every time that you connected to Mother Earth, you felt something amazing. It helped you so much. And then, like I said, what they came to you, Regina, go outside, take the kids outside. Go to
Mother
connect.
Nature. Yeah.
Mother
go to
Earth.
The beach, walk down the street, go to the
connect
park.
to Mother Earth, because that's who you are.
Yeah.
That's you. I said something to you more than one time. They talk about remember who you are, and I love this.
Yeah.
And I got emotional to say this to you because remember who you are, Regina. So you did.
Yeah.
The frequency. Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Shifted right out of it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then when we moved, I was taking the kids to a lot of parks, so like I got to stay out of it. But then we moved again a couple of years later, and I started to the depression was always there, the disconnect was always there from myself and my children. The postpartum was like in and out for a very long time. Depression, anxiety, the anxiety started to go through the roof. And it wasn't until 2019 that I kind of came out of there completely and have been able to stay out. A lot of I attribute to health and wellness, healing from at a cellular level, but also the hypnosis, because it's really helped me to connect to all the stories that I held on to as a child and have some more clarity and understanding around those incidents, those experiences, and the emotions that got attached in those moments. And hypnosis is just like, massage changed my life so much and put me on such a beautiful path. But now that I'm practicing hypnosis, it's like the calling,
Yes,
right?
yeah. So your highest
Calling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because not only do I get to be blessed by having other very intuitive and talented people help me as I help them through the exchange with my colleagues, but I've been able with advanced conversational hypnosis to do a lot of self-hypnosis that I wasn't able to do before. And so I can really tap into what's going on with me and move through things more quickly when I'm having these traumatic episodes of emotion and I'm feeling things really strongly and something's triggering me. I'm able to like work through it fast and just have this really deep connection and understanding to my higher self, which makes me more compassionate and helpful to my kids. And it's also helpful in the way I communicate with my partner, choosing my battles, choosing what to fight for. And it's helping me understand a little bit more on the I deserve to be happy level, which I always put people before me. I always try to help everybody before me. And so this relationship currently is helping me to become more selfless and selfish at the same time towards myself, my needs, the love that I have for myself, my self-worth. And through that, I can help my children better navigate themselves at 8 and 10 years old, whereas I never had that as a kid. And so this is why they came into my life.
It's beautiful. Yeah, my son, yeah, I was, my son came to me when I used to live in this place in the Rocks Beach. I was meditating at the beach. Then he came to me. Him and a bunch of children show up to me. There was waiting to incarnate in here. And he came to me. He talked to me. He had a little girl next to him. Said, "I want to come to you in the States as well." But his mother, we are kind of just friends. We kind of date for a couple weeks. After that, decided to be friends. So when this is let's talk about fear. When I went to talk to her, I took a while for me to decide if I was going to talk to her about my vision, the conversation I had with Elias.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He came to me, talked to me. It was something so fun, just even he said, "That's the name I want you guys to name." He said Amadeus. So I always has a paper and a pen next to me. So hold on, sir. This is spell the name. He said Amadeus, Amadeus. I said, okay. So then I kept talking to him. His sister said, "My name is I want to be named Shamara," and she spelled her name as well, Shamara. And I forgot the name just today. But anyway, so I went to talk to someone because stays longer than me and all of me. So I said, "But I don't know how she's gonna react, how she's gonna accept this." So it doesn't matter. Just talk to her, see what's gonna happen. So I went to her place and I talked to her and I tell her what happened when I was meditating at the beach. She came, blah blah blah. Anyway, so she ran away from me for 2 years. Yeah. 2 years. She just took off, for 2 years, and because she didn't left the place, but she don't want to do anything. She don't want to build to me at all. She said, "No, I don't want to be this guy," because she don't want a child as well. She don't want to have any children. But they make long story short. After 2 years, we back together. We got married, and then she got pregnant. Then Elias came. Oh, but I forgot to mention that when he said Amadeus. After I finished my meditation, the kids left, and I went to Google what Amadeus means now. And Amadeus, and this person said, "Hello," he spoke with you in Portuguese. So Amadeus means ama in Portuguese is love. Deus in English is God. Love God. That's the name. That's the name I want to be named. But his mother loved this. Let's put his name, first name Elias, middle name's Amadeus, last name your name. But I feel the time, he's going to change his name for Amadeus because it's me love God. So he said in Portuguese to me, ama Deus, ama is love, Deus is God, love God, you know. But
That's
we,
beautiful.
we are not together now, so but it doesn't matter. He's 7 years old, he's here. But it's a beautiful story, you know. But
Without Stacy,
yeah,
Elias wouldn't be here.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was through her
But
that it
anyways,
came.
yeah. But I'm glad. But let's talk about, I mean, so what you are connected right now about, you know, that you connect so much with hypnosis, right?
Yeah.
So then you chose, you know, to don't do the traditional hypnosis, right?
Right. So traditional hypnosis is it shows up as there are so many different like options, right? Of tools and techniques to use in a session. But it's actually quite rigid. And it doesn't feel like a natural flow to me. So I switched to advanced conversational hypnosis, which is creating the trance through conversation versus forcing a trance. So the client organically goes into trance through the interview process into where their symptom, their problem really comes from. And so it is such an intuitive process because you have to be able to catch subconscious information, which the mind keeps from you. It's almost like a, what is it called? Like a treasure hunt. So through conversation, you have to be able to grab those treasures that are going to guide you to the next treasure, until you find the prize, the reward.
But the clients, no, you talk to the clients like we're talking here. The clients need to lay down, close their eyes. How that
No,
works?
there's none of that. So I'm not. When you tell somebody to close their eyes, instantly their guard goes up, resistance comes in, because the subconscious mind's job, and it's 93 to 97% of what you do on a daily basis. It controls everything you do. It helps you with like remembering where to go, what to do, all the safety programs. And so when you tell the mind, like, close your eyes, it goes, I'm not doing that. And it goes on high alert, like red flags and resistance come into play. So rather than alert the security system so that all the doors close and the doors lock, through casual conversation, I'm able to allow you to be vulnerable, be communicative, be trustworthy of what's going on. Because even though the subconscious mind does not want to change, it wants to be understood. And if you feel safe with me, you're more likely going to allow me to hear that information that I need to hear to help you solve your own problem. So it's a very intuitive process.
This is something new, right?
It's been around for 15 years, 15 but it's been in one corner of the world with my mentor, he recently started.
But where he's living?
Australia.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah.
I don't know why this it's come to my mind. Australia. Yeah.
So he's in Australia, and just in the last 2 years, he finally decided to train his practitioners, whoever one, he had like a limitation, and he was like, I'm going to train this many people to do what I do and teach what I teach.
But did you ask him how he's got this information? How this information came to him?
It was a process of trial and error for him, because he trained with people who had trained with Milton Erickson, which was like the scariest hypnotist around of his time. The man lived a really long time, and he was brilliant at just asking a question and putting somebody directly into trance. He was, people considered, abrasive, and nobody wanted to be around him because he could look at you and put you into trance. Wow. But he didn't use techniques. He used, it was utilization that he was brilliant at. He could like.
So he developed. Yeah. So, because that's what they came to me here.
If you asked him if he was doing something, he said, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not doing anything, but you say something to me, and I, from there, I moved to the next thing, right? He understood the subconscious mind immensely. He understood psychology. He understood how to utilize the unconscious moments that came up.
Yeah, what are this? I'm listening to you. You talk about him. What they are showing me here? It just as soon as the person start talking, I mean, he connects to the person's energies. I mean, so this is what you are saying, but this is a story, that you are telling me. It's not the real thing,
Right. So
he can feel in the read the person's energies just like that.
He could read them, and he would instantly anybody that went to him for help, their problem was solved 100%.
Wow. This is amazing.
So people would go and watch him in action, and they would study what he does. But the way that the mind works is we try to interpret what a person is doing, and so their sub styles of hypnosis were created, right? Like close your eyes and go down some stairs, right? The induction process. And he wasn't doing that. That wasn't, it wasn't like, I'm going to put this person into a meditative state with their eyes closed. He wasn't doing that. But people said, oh, that's how he does it, right? And so they created some kind of modality, hypnosis modality, where they go, this is what we do, right? The next thing, right? Regression. Oh, that person went back to a memory, and so that's how we're going to do hypnosis. And that's the style of hypnosis that I learned, is to regress somebody to a memory. But just because we think that memory has to do with the problem doesn't mean that it has anything to do with it.
No,
and so by assuming that we know, we end up blocking our ability to help our clients get to the result, the root cause of what really created that problem. What belief, what interpretation, what emotion, what perspective.
I love the word belief. For me, everything is a belief.
Is a belief.
Because you create a belief, then you create your mind create a story, then you believe that.
And then we tell ourselves
then
a story.
You would say, oh yeah, that's what we want.
Right. And then we look for evidence to confirm, because ego wants to be right.
Yeah.
Right? Ego wants to be right all the time. And so we're constantly looking for proof of our belief that solidifies that belief and compounds it into our experience. And so, being a child of dysfunctional household, I have made up so many beliefs.
Oh shit, come on, buddy. You want to hear my story?
So many.
Oh my God.
It's to the point where very rarely can somebody help me.
Yeah.
Because I have become so good at manipulating a conversation.
Me too.
To not let anybody anywhere near the actual cause of my problem.
I was since we shared something when I was young, every time that I want something for someone, I say like if you're my aunt, I did say, oh, Regina, it's so good to see you. I love you so much, and I kiss and I hug, and I mean all those things. I mean, like I didn't know, I used to do a lot of things. I mean, can I ask something? Can you buy new shoes for me or something like that? Yes. After all this thing, but I think my mind, I need to do something. I need to control them. I need to manipulate their mind.
I will get whatever I want if I kill them with love and kindness.
Yeah. But I want to ask you something. So you had a session with him, right? Did you have a session with him?
With Milton Erickson?
Yeah,
or Scott?
Yeah, no, with your teacher.
No.
You did not have a session with him?
No. The way that we teach, the way that he teaches, is that we do master classes with demonstrations and demonstration breakdowns. So as soon as we're
he
done
never
with
asked to have a.
No. So as soon as we leave our 3-day master class, we go off and we start practicing. So we're trading.
But you never thought they need to have a session. I like to have a session.
He wouldn't. Like, he's been doing this so long, you couldn't pay him enough. Like, his prices are so high. No, what he wants to do is he wants to train people in how to do ACH. And now he has, I think it's like 55 of us in the entire world who are able to teach it.
So, but for you to learn, you need to be, what type of license? You need to have some license?
It depends on where you are in the world.
So like me, if I'm
in the state of Florida, in order for you to practice hypnotherapy, you have to go to hypnotherapy school. You have to get a certificate, license.
So then I can go to him.
Right,
but with my massage therapy license,
you can't practice. But so there are loopholes, right? And ways to get around it and be able to practice it. But there's certain things that you cannot work with in the state of Florida. Otherwise, you would be considered in psychology, like practicing psychology without a license, right? Which is basically like the hypnotherapy programs. Like, they do a lot of stuff based in science and psychology. But they're all teaching the same traditional ways. They're not teaching utilization properly. They're not teaching how to test properly for these things, how to test the problem, how to demarcate the student or the client. Like there's so many different things that they're missing. In ACH, we have like the fundamentals of how the mind works and how to utilize what comes up in a session in order to get results with the clients almost every time.
I was listening to you, and I was looking for my phone. I don't know where to put my phone. Her name is Dolores. No.
Cannon?
Oh, here we go, Dolores Cannon.
Yeah.
Okay. I was watching this. I like to watch some people on YouTube, talk, but it has to be someone, some good frequency. So tomorrow, I'm not judging no one, please. But I don't waste my time listening crap shit.
There's a specific level of
So I was
attraction
listening to her.
happening.
She worked with she know her, work to her. She worked with her daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
But someone was interviewing her. She was talking about all these things, but even how she connect as well. But what I'm trying to say, once again, we are back to the things that you went through, like the phase that you went through since you were a child, connected to different, energies, beliefs. That all those things was preparing you for this, okay? Because what she was saying, Dolores was the same thing. She was very spiritual as well. She was connecting me with many, many beings out there to be able to understand. She was talking about past lives, so she was able to see all these things. If this lady is the same thing, we had this conversation before. Remember that I was talking to you. Your gifts that you had before, you're always gonna come, to assist, in this new thing that you are connected right now. If you open a company as well. But so this way, so many professionals right now, like psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, they want to learn about energies. They want to connect with spirituality.
Many of them are incorporating hypnosis.
So they be able, to make the things like the way they are showing me here, like make the things work 100%. That's what Dolores did. That's what doing right now. Because when you have this, you are connected to spirituality. You open a huge portal for yourself to see a lot more. That guy, your teacher, he was one of them, because he connected a huge portal, and this came to him.
I get the name Zed all the time.
What is that?
Zed. When I ask to know my guide's name.
Oh, okay.
Zed.
Oh, here we go. But
I don't know what that means.
But it's so important.
Actually, look kind of like you, bald head.
Yeah. Oh, well, that must be me. Maybe it could be. I don't know. But it's so important because we see things. I have a client now. I cannot mention names, things like that. But they are psychologists. They are psychotherapists. They are therapists. They come to me to talk to me, to have a session with me. So I can explain to them many, many things. But I never try to be with my clients like you do. I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to try to be like a psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm not going to try anything like anybody else, because what I do, I'm connect with energies and explain to people how energies works.
Right.
And I can see things from past lives. I can see demons. I can see a lot of things on people. Even when I do inner child work with someone, the way that I was guided to do, it just we're gonna go there. When you are a child, you're gonna connect there, because you create a belief. When you are a child, what you went through, you create a belief there. It hurts me. Me was my kids. The sex abuse was, I created a protection against men. So all my best friends always woman, my female
energy. The patterns that are, the cycles, the patterns, the beliefs that are created.
My female energy is like 99%. My male energy is high. My female is higher than my male energy. But when I try to say that I create a belief now, so then you're gonna go back there. It changed the beliefs now. That's how I work to people. To change the belief, create a different belief, and a rescue in a child. So with me, I have to do some working with my masculine and feminine energies to balance them. Because now I understand why. So I was doing this, why things happen in my relationship, why this, even when you had some conversations before, you know what I mean, that you trigger something with me, I never get mad at you or angry with you or anything like that. But I came home and say, I need to meditate. Why, when Regina said something to me, it triggered something on me, you know. You know what I mean? So they say, oh, here we go. Now you got that's what I was fascinated when I connected, you know, to start learning how to balance the masculine and feminine energies inside of my body. Was a huge change in my life, you know. The way I see women, the way I see myself, the way I see men. Now more male clients have been coming to me before. Even, oh yeah, I forgot that. Even my clients, 99% for women, like 1% it was men. Even massage as well.
Right, because the belief was men are unsafe.
But men was unsafe for me. Men
I cannot protect myself from it.
Yeah, women don't. They're not going to hurt me, and men is can't hurt me anytime. But now I'm fine. So now, like I said, I have more male clients come to me but it's so important that we need to do this balance, learn how to balance the male, the female.
It's a circus act.
The feminine and the masculine energies.
It's hard for some people too. It's such a circus act because you have life, you have ego, you have other people, right? There's all of these things that are constantly butting up against you and putting pressure on you. And it's all for the greater good of you, right? For the highest good of yourself. These things happen, and these thoughts and beliefs happen, but they're all in the end like lessons. They're all for the growth that you agreed to have coming here and being in this physical body on this earthly dimension.
Well, let me ask a question, Regina. How this when you connect with this guy and you learn, and I mean, so what happened to you? What kind of because I felt like you went through some kind of awakening, you know what I mean? That's what the way that I like to explain, you know what I mean? But how that connection, I mean, with this new, I like to say energies. I love this word energies. I think I'm gonna change my name for what's your name? Energy, you know. But anyway, so you connect with this new energy. How they help some way somehow in your life right now? Because I feel that was a shift that happened with you when you connected to there, right?
That was a long time ago. That was 12 years ago, and that was around the time where I started doing Reiki, and I was trying to practice channeling and that kind of stuff. I was learning about it, what it meant, who I was channeling, who are my guides, and it came in. But my problem is I suffer from a deep lack of trust, trust in myself, trust in other people. And so when that name first came in, I was like, Power Rangers, Zed, like Lord Zed, like, what is that? Kind of lightly made a joke about it. But then after my kids came, I got really disconnected from all of that, and I haven't pursued it since then. So they're there. They're still guiding. They're still helping, but it's not the relationship that I could have. There was a lot of insecurity in my abilities. And so through conversational hypnosis, I'm building that confidence. I'm building that trust. Yeah. So it's not only helping me in this world, right, with who I am, how I speak to people, how I can tap into things really easily. When somebody's talking to me, like the other day, just said something to you and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember.
I did that with somebody else at Capoeira too. And like within months, his life shifted because he finally saw what he was doing in his own personal life that was creating a lot of physical and emotional pain for himself and the person he was with. So it's just really interesting. I guess I should give, I don't know. Like I'm always watching you and listening to you, and you're always talking to them and thanking them and giving credit. Giving credit to them, right? Everything comes from up there, right? Your highest self and all the things, all your guides that are here helping you. And I guess I don't give enough credit to that aspect of it.
No, it's not that you don't need to, because they don't need those things.
Right.
I do because I feel.
But there's
like
a level of gratitude that comes with that, right?
Yeah.
It's faith in something outside of you that I fear when I was a kid left with that Bible, right? And so this is a lot of the revelations that last few weeks that I've been having. These are the things that are coming up for me, and the things that I don't have that would create an easier experience to connect.
The word acceptance thing, that came to me right now. Okay, this they asked me to say to her again. Remember who you are, Regina.
Remember who you are. Accept yourself.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's still something. I have things that I'm still working to today. You know what I mean? I know, the inner work, I think it never finishes, because always faces different challenges, every single day in our lives, But it's so important, for us, to remember who we are, know what used to be, because some things, I feel some things, from my past, even from my father, it's kind of affect me a little bit. It's all the things that happen with me right now in my personal life that I haven't talked with no one, or only talk to them. I don't feel like I have to be honest. I don't feel safe now to talk with anyone, because I am it's not because I am a man. It's something on me, But I know someday, somehow, like yesterday, I was here by myself, and I was meditating, and I started crying, because I felt, not the need, was not that I felt the need to talk to someone. Say, I wish to talk to someone, and I wish to talk to someone they're going to understand me. But I think so. But I need to go back a little bit when I was a child, when I went through all this sex abuse, so many things. My mother was such a spiritual person, was such a beautiful woman. The only thing she spent her entire life here was to help the people, be there for her family. Then I make a decision. I'm not going to say anything to my mother, because I'm going to hurt my mother. And I never did. She died, and I never said anything to her. After she passed, we had a long conversation.
Right.
After she passed, and she said, I knew something was, you went through something when you were a child, but I never forced you to come to you, but I knew something was going on with you. But she said, now that I'm here, I can see and I understand. It was a beautiful conversation. But I'm sure we have some things on me, because now I had these things with me in my life now. And then I said, what they came to me is just, for me to share this with someone, it has to be someone that loves me unconditionally. Because I don't want to feel judged or discriminated, by anyone.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is something.
But isn't that a self-protection?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It is a self-protection.
Isn't that something that can hinder you from releasing it?
Yeah, it's easy.
I mean,
even they can interfere, even me, to connect with someone. You know what I mean? But I know this is part of my joy. It's part of something that I need to find a way to connect with the right energies, frequencies, to be able to heal myself. But for me to talk to someone, or say something to someone,
you have to trust them
completely. I create a belief. I have to trust this person, and this person have to see with the eyes of love, and love me the way God loves me. Today I'm going to continue to talk to them and ask them to help me. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with that. I don't go hard on myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I love myself. I'm a beautiful human. The way I live my life
that
right now.
Come when it needs to.
You come. These things now, there are this new YouTube channel. It came from them. They asked me, to create a YouTube channel. They give the name, Conversation with Within. So then I create the channel. I've been talking with people. We've been having this conversation. Even before we start record, we sat in a couch to talk a little bit. I said, I know a lot of healing, a lot of new information is going to come from to us, during this conversation. Because like I said before, we are not here by ourselves. We have a beautiful spirits in here. They're here helping us, watching us, watching eyes, gathering eyes as well, and helping, assisting eyes as well. But I know my time is gonna come. Additional, I need to let go any type of control the how I'm gonna talk to this or whatever it is. It just allow things come now in time, divine time.
It's the thing. It's nothing different than what you do when you're channeling, when you're talking with your guides. It's not different than that. It's just instead of being within and having that conversation within, it's allowing it to leave.
You know, it just we had many conversations before, and one thing that I was gonna mention before, it just like I said, you talk to someone at a capoeira. Capoeira is a Brazilian martial arts. That's what kids and my kids learn here in Florida. And you said you talk to someone, something, said something to someone, just like the shift that happened on them. Yeah, many conversations we had before in the past, and I mean, I felt that as well. I felt like I opened my eyes. Oh, thank you for explaining me. I mean, thank me to make me feel this way. Or thank you for showing me. No, you are not saying anything, but just
just a question.
Yeah, this question, but this your energy as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make me understand things. You know what I mean? Make me connect. You know what I mean with the a differential believer, making me connect to the real story. You know what I mean? What else?
The truth of the story.
The truth of the story. Thank you for saying that. There was I had inside of my mind.
Yeah.
That was my mind. So I say because I was having some conversations with you, and I always expect you to react in such a way, the way that I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you go.
That would make you comfortable.
Oh yeah. Then you don't go there. You go here. I said, why she went here? She was supposed there, not here. But but then after that, they say, don't do anything.
No, that was it.
They say, don't say anything. Don't react. Don't get mad at her. She's helping you. Help me a while. Wait till you see soon.
Yeah.
And then it came to me. It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. But so now back in you open a company called Life Transformation Solution, right? That's your company. So, but when you work, another question, when you're working with a class, so you go just only this the experience only this life or in past lives as well?
So with ACH, there's no coercion, right? I'm not trying to make you go in any direction. If it comes up, then it was meant to be. And I've worked with so many clients, over 100 clients, even just the last year. None of them have gone into the past life because it wasn't necessary. So if inner child work comes up, it comes up organically. If a regression comes up, it comes up organically.
Organic. This was become to me in my mind a lot this week. Organic.
It just happens. It is a natural.
Yeah.
It is a natural phenomenon. Right? There's nothing that I can say or do that's going to be right when it comes to you and the beliefs that you created. You're the only person in this entire world who knows you better than anybody else.
Let me ask you, but if you see something, you can see something, someone when you're talking about.
So if you say something to
no, if you see something without the person say, they don't want to say to you, you feel some resistance on them, but you see that. So what you do, you talk to them or just let it go?
It depends, because if I'm not connecting well to the story that they're giving me, then I'm missing something. And what am I missing and why am I missing it? Am I trying to insert my beliefs in there? Am I trying to do something in the session? Am I trying to get them somewhere? Like, am I trying to force it? The only time that a person will resist or something, like they won't say something, is because they don't believe that you can help them or that you're trying to do something. So what you just said about the stuff that happened with your father, like, I can't have this conversation, can't work on this until I find the right person that's not going to judge me. That's the subconscious mind protecting itself from pain, from reliving the experience. So when I'm working with somebody, if there's something that they're not saying, the only thing I can hope for is that by remaining curious and asking them a question based on what the information they've given me is going to make that come up. Do I need to hear it? I don't need to hear it. Is it important? Only if it's important to them. I'm not this is not the type of hypnosis where I even need to know what the root cause is, and the client doesn't even need to know what the root cause is. But what you just said about sitting next to you and just asking the right question was enough for you to go, whoa, or, oh my God, I just saw that in a totally different light. My perspective has changed because you've put light on something that was so dark I couldn't see it. And so that's my job, is to bring light to issues. I'm helping my clients make the unconscious conscious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing light to a dark belief or a dark emotion or something that's just been hindering them. And so that's my purpose. I'm not here to tell you how to heal yourself.
No, yeah,
I'm helping you find the resources within that are the best resources for you, not from me. And I think that's why psychology has a really big return policy with their clients, because they're always working on the superficial, the problem that we think is the problem, not what's really going on underneath from within. What story have we told ourselves over and over and over again that makes us believe that we're different from the next person, that they can live that way, I have to stay in this and suffer and live this way? That is a belief. That is your conclusion based on your experience. And it was populated, because we're computers, it was populated out of self-preservation, out of survival.
Oh, this is beautiful. I was listening to you, and this memory came to me that this is more than, I think, 12, 13 years ago. I had a client. She was a psychologist. She's very young. Oh my God, she's so into spirituality. I fell in love with her. I said, I'm in love with you, man. I don't know, man. It was in a good way. She was so young, but the conversation we had was amazing.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Someone so young, you know what I mean? And you are a psychologist, and we are connected, with spirituality. You know so all important. Those things, you know what I mean? You can see so much. We had a long conversation. This is so beautiful. But one thing as well, when I work to clients, right? So they show me something, right? The two things happen. A lot of times when I work with clients, one, when I say something to them, when they ask me a question about something, and then I say something to them, that's the real thing, And they say, oh, this don't resonate with me. What you said has nothing to do with me. I never. That's how they talk about how to do it. So you never say, oh no, but this came to you. I mean, no, we need talking about
this is the truth.
Yeah, this is the truth. I felt they came for you. No, what they say to me, you move on. You don't say not. You go to, I'm gonna show something else. They show me something else. I go there. But this happen 100% of the time. 15, 20 minutes after session, they're back in again to the thing they denied before.
They're like, it's true.
Because one thing I like to explain to you guys, I mean, so it's not me or just Regina work this way. So many people work this way. So when you work with the spirits, some gods and angels, they show us many things. But the same way, like I said before, we are not here by ourselves. You know what I mean? They are working with the clients. We are talking to them. We are channel messages for them. So you are doing your things, but they are working on behind the scenes, behind there with the clients. So then, like I said, 15, 20 minutes after, the back start talking to me. And then I say, oh, now you speak my English. And then we start talking about that. But they show you never say, no, we need to talk about this. You move and respect them.
Otherwise, you just push them away.
Yeah, respect them.
Where they are.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, it's so amazing. So many times they show me something about them, especially anything related to me. To sex abuse, right? Or verbal abuse, or physical abuse, or anything like that. They show me. They only show me the things the clients wants to work, right? It's kind of cool. That's how they show me. I say, but they give me all the details. But I ask how I'm gonna put this. They say, show me. One of those things they asked me to say, between the age 4 and 12, and 17, 22, something happening with you. Do you remember what it is?
So you're not leading.
No. Then I said, but I said, yes. Do you like to talking about? Do you like to talking about this? No? So you can explain to you, you know what I mean?
You give
To
them
help.
an option.
So they just say yes. No, if they talk to them.
Free will.
Yeah, if you, but they said you don't go straight to point. Or they show me here when at age 15. You know what I mean, you will rape. They say you never say no. They show me. They say, but I say you go around. You know, it's like you talk with a child. You know. No, when I talk about 7 years old son,
it's very much
yeah,
ACH.
oh yeah, I don't know that,
Yeah.
but that's how they say. No, you go around, you know, you start, you know what I mean, say ask questions like this. They give me the questions, and that's how we're gonna do it. Because many more than 10 years ago, you know, a friend of mine, she used to work in this place. Now they help, you know, women. They left the house because the husband is very violent, a lot of violence, a lot of stuff. You know, they have even the place that I work, you know what I mean? They has a place like that. They has no sign, you know, nobody knows, you know, what is inside there. But she invited me not to work one-on-one with them because they don't want to see a man. But she invited me. She said, "Is it possible you do rake now on them without be with them in person?" I said, "Yes, I can be in another room. You can put 2, 4, 5, 6, 10 one over there, and I can be in another room. Even I can be in my place." In a sense, this is right. And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And then she asked me to start working some clients over there. I said, don't volunteer. I said, but we cannot pay. So no, I don't even. I
just want to help.
No, I just want to help. No, was one of the most beautiful things that happened to me. Someone asked me to do something like this. Because I went through the sex abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, all this stuff, and that'll be. So they say yes, and I mean, you wanna. Was young, I was looking for help, and then was it possible for me to find help, or whatever. It's a long story. It's another conversation for another episode. But my point is, that's how they show me. And I love this, and I love how you this new life transformation solution that you as your company name, how you work with the clients. You don't force them. I mean, you know what I mean. So if that's what you want to work,
challenge.
Yeah, you challenge. But
I don't force. But it's always done with love, care, and compassion, and no judgment.
But one thing now I have to say. No, everybody has. Everybody can have, but not everybody has. Or the profession, the energy. When you are balancing your grounds, and emotions and feelings and thoughts, you know what I mean? When you see everyone with the eyes of love, when you love everyone the way God loves eyes, when you are connected to those frequencies, any clients can come to you. Doesn't matter what trauma they has, how serious it is. So when they sit in the chair on a video call, on a Zoom call with you, they're gonna open up, just like that, because they feel you haven't said nothing, but they feel I can trust on her. I can trust on him. I had many clients said to me, I feel safe with you.
Yeah.
I feel that I can say anything to you and you are not going to judge me.
Okay.
I never talked with anyone about this. You are the first one that I'm talking.
Yeah.
I felt this.
Yeah.
That's something anyone can connect, but not everyone has it. That's the truth. Not everyone has that. Because when you're working on me, that you want to be professional, that you try to take control of the clients, and you want to try to force something, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's something they something they are learning with them. They ask me to do, and I constantly talk to me. See everyone with eyes of love, and love everyone. God love eyes. If I talk with some other professional, come to me. Every time you see a class or class walking into your office, or you have a Zoom call with them, see them with eyes of love.
Mm-hmm.
And love them the way God love us as well.
Yeah.
Put everything that you know in the side and connect in the present moment.
It doesn't matter.
You connect in the present moment. Yeah. I talk with a psychotherapist. So he told everything that I learned in the school. I'm sorry, my friend.
Don't use it.
I said, do you know what I use? What I learned right here in the school called life.
Yeah.
In the school called life,
And that's the really interesting thing too. Is no matter what kind of traditional hypnotherapy you're using, your client already has all of those tools within them. And so there's no need for you to take it out and say, here, they already have it. It's just a matter of which one am I going to use today in this conversation. So they give it to you and you go, oh, okay. And you use it. And you use it the right way, right? But you're not going, well, I have all these tools and they don't have them, so I must know better.
No.
You can't. It doesn't
ego.
work.
That's an ego.
Yeah.
That's an ego.
And
Ego beliefs.
Yeah. And I think that's where we lose compassion. Yeah. We lose intention. We think we're right. And, I just, if there's one thing that I've learned that's been the most important thing when doing what I do, it's you know nothing when it comes to the person you're working with. They know everything. They're the only one that can fix their problem. They're the best person to fix their problem because they're the ones who created it. It's their lesson. You're just a facilitator. You're just the guide. You're just the person who can catch all the hints, the tips, right, of where help them navigate where to go because they've lost their way through all the stories that they've told and they're confused. Because if we weren't confused, we'd be able to solve all our problems. Yeah. We wouldn't have a problem solving our own problems. We would know the answers, but we have compounded so many things that keep us far away from the answers. We're so out of touch and out of tune from the within.
Yeah.
And we need somebody to help guide us back there.
Yeah, because I was listening to you, this came to me. It's like, every time that we work with a class, doesn't matter what kind of profession you are, you go in your mind, you go any school or any books, or experience that you had with another class or something that you did work somewhere else. Every time that you go there in that path now to try to find an answer or help to try the clients in the present moment,
you lose it.
Yeah, you're not going to help anyone. You know what I mean? This is so important. I talk to some people, I'm not going to say the name, I put everything in the side. When I work with clients, I feel like I'm a babe, I'm learning.
You're a blank sheet.
Yeah, they are going to teach me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to learn with them because I'm going to channel some things in here. It's something a long time ago, this came to me. When I start working with clients, I start channel messages, receiving messages, for them, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the session, I say, oh my God, this person came here today. They talked to me about some things. They asked some questions, but the information that I received, it helped me as well. What's for me? Because I'm going to do this, and now I know what I need to do. But that kept happening over and over again. And then one day I was by myself. I said, I need to start saying thank you, for my clients at the end of the session for what they did for me.
Yeah. Because in Reiki, when you give a healing, you get a healing.
Yeah, you give and you receive.
Right.
But I started doing that. Then at the end of the session, I remember I said, I just want to say thank you very much for what you did here for me today. You say, no, I'm the one who need to thank you. My God, you have some. Even sometimes they don't say anything. I said, I'm going to explain why that I'm thankful and grateful for what you did for me here today. Because a lot of those messages that are received here today, that are channeled, was for me today. It was for me as well. So you helped me. Coming here today, you helped me.
You changed my life.
You changed my life as well. So they start thanking them every client. Thank you. Thank you for what you did for me today. Thank you for helping me today.
Yeah.
That's something that I connect with myself. And it's like, I'm going to start thanking them. You know what I mean?
I have a client that comes through a lot when I'm working with him because I see him often enough. Like he's not just like when with ACH, it's you want to get to the solution as quickly as possible. My focus is speed. I don't want to be with you for a year trying to work on one problem. I think it can be solved very quickly. But I have a client that I've had for over 4 years. I do other things with, like I do other services. And massage therapy is one of them. But in our conversations, I can hear the message for myself as it's coming out of my mouth to him. And I think to myself, oh, that was for me. And it's just a cool, it's so weird to be in that, like, oh, that wasn't really for him, that was for me.
Yeah.
If I get something from it, great, but you know,
but
I hear the self
the way the spirit world works is a beautiful way. But one thing I like to say, you're almost done here, but that I like to say that I always tell people, it's not this. Not what I'm going to say comes from a place of love, not judge anyone. It's a lot of gifted people there, spiritual people, religion people, all different beliefs, all this professional, they're all very, very, very gifted people. But not everyone is connected to the right source. They think they are connected to the right source. They think they know exactly what they need to say or what they need to do, but they are so wrong. No?
Well, you were saying earlier before we got on here is that ego can guide you too.
Yeah. I have a video in my other YouTube channel that I talk to. I say, can your ego be your spiritual guide? Yeah, your ego think they can be your spiritual guide. God, because when I was young, I was connected to my ego, and my ego was my spiritual guide. You know what I mean?
Got you here.
But it's a lot of professional out there. Like I said, a lot of professional, all different areas. They has a huge ego. They are very gifted, but they are connected more with the ego. They are connected to God with the source now.
Yeah.
If there's something that we need to disconnect, there's something they talked to me long time ago, said, do never ever try to change anyone's beliefs. Never try, well, I said that to you before, never try to say that's what you're saying is the truth. No.
Yeah.
He never say anything to him, say, you have to do this in order for something else to change in your life.
Yeah.
You have to do this. No, you give to them, you suggest to them, you let them make a decision.
Right. There's no right, wrong. There's no good, bad.
No? There's
just perspective.
Because if when you work with our clients, you cannot force them to go to awakening. You cannot force them to connect with the healing. You cannot force them to connect with love. You cannot force them to do anything.
I assume that the reason why they come to me is because they're in the process of awakening for themselves, and I'm just a guide. I'm an earthly guide.
But it's some clients they're open 100%. So other they think they are open.
Mm-hmm.
They think they are open. No, I want to work with this. But then when you start talk to them, they
not ready.
No, they think they are. No, it's pretty cool.
Which is kind of like the first step, right? Because okay, you're not ready today.
Yeah.
But you let me know when you are. This is not. There's no time constraints, right? It's not a rush for you to be ready. If you're not ready, you're not ready. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing you can do about that. Same thing about, your father. If you're not ready, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
The story is, I have to be safe to do it. That's the story you tell yourself. But the truth is that you're not ready. That's not part of this part of your journey. And as we were talking earlier, as I was looking back at all the things that we've talked about, that I've talked about in my experiences, they're just chapters, right? Chapters of the story. I just am seeing now each chapter, there's a little drama, there's a lot of emotion, there's a big history, but it is just a chapter before the next chapter and a chapter before the next chapter. You're not at that chapter yet, and you're not ready for that story to come out. You're not ready to address it or express it or explain it. It's just not part of the energy that you're creating right now.
Yeah, but one thing that I learned, and that I use it today, I don't waste any time in my life, focus in something that if I feel that I'm not ready to work on or talk or anything that I'm not in control right now, I don't stay there in that place. Like in the past, and I used to there for days, for months, and years, so you know what?
It'll come when it's ready.
Yeah. I have something more important to do today. I wake up I'm always up 4:30. I went to gym 5 o'clock. I did my meditation, my yoga, and so I want to set up all the things here before Regina can test microphone, computer, make sure everything works. That's why my focus this morning here. Everything else, I gotta let it go. I cannot keep focusing on anything else because this is important for me. When she come here and I make sure that everything's set up here, that's something that I'm working on constantly, every single day. Be in the moment. Yeah, my mind sometimes go in the future. I can meet someone, I can talk to someone, I like this person. My mind, go there. No, hey, come back, man, sitting here. It's a good place. You got your water here. I mean, got your cup of coffee here. Stay here. Don't go there. It just, but it's something that we need to work. But listen, my friend, I don't know. You have to pick up the kids, but I don't know if you like to talk about something else. I think we talk about so many beautiful things today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if you are new here, and I was talking to Regina, I don't have any questions in here. The only thing that I have here is a company name, so I couldn't remember. But I don't write down any questions. And this type of the way they asked me to create this channel, they say sit with the person, or if you're doing a Zoom call, and have a conversation. Let the things coming, you know what I mean? In the Don't write it down in anything. Don't think about anything. What you're gonna talk, what you're gonna ask. Just be in the moment. Okay, this is they asked me to name the channel Conversation Within. That's the inner work, the inner conversation. Even when they say the name Conversation Within, I said I don't like the last word within.
So don't worry about it. Keep it anyway.
Yeah. Say no. I need to look for. I just don't like the last one. Conversation.
Trust us.
Conversation.
We know what we're talking about.
Conversation with. I agree, but within. But the same dance, Okay.
Capital W.
Yeah. Even today they show me a logo. Now I was at the gym. They show me a logo. Now it's a CWW, right? Conversation within. So they say I did find somebody to create a logo. It's gonna be like the C over here, right? One W here, and the other W right here, right?
Yeah.
Right here. There's this empty space in the middle. They say like like a hands in the prayer position.
Yeah.
And maybe something else on top. But say we'll come to you. But you put in a paper to see how it look like. But so that's the logo. How we're gonna create a logo for that. Oh, say cool, pretty cool.
Canva.
But Regina, I have no. This with me. No, I have a few questions here that I'm going to ask you. Then after that, if you like, you can share with everyone your website and how where people can find. And if there's someone feel gathered to have a session with her. One thing I can say, I know her for a while, and just to because we take our children in the same place to learn this Brazilian martial arts called capoeira. Sometimes we need to watch what the kids do as well, because they look to us. But sometimes we talk about some things. And the one thing that I can say that I'm very grateful thankful that the universe crossed our lives now. Even one time I asked her to come here, to talk to her, because I have so many things inside in my mind, and I want to talk to her because. Don't ask me why that I asked you to come here that day and we had a conversation, but I felt I need to talk to her because I had some things in my mind. That's a human mind, So I want to make sure that I'm connected to her in a God's mind,
Yeah.
Wow, I never said that before.
God's mind.
God's mind, instead of the human mind. So they were able to connect. Even sometimes she's such a beautiful soul. She's such a beautiful woman, but what I'm trying to say. We are human. Sometimes it's so good, it's so normal to feel things from people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the way that I live my life, I like to not control things, but I just want to make sure whatever that God gives to me, whatever the universe gives to me, if they give me this body here, make sure when I put it back over there, that I'm going to hold it 2 hands. Careful, you know what I mean? So I don't drop on the floor and break it. You know what I mean? So,
careful.
Yeah, I'm going to treat now with respect. And I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. But she is very, very gifted, guys. You know what I mean? So once again, if you feel guided to book a session with her, my friend, believe me. Because I know from my own experience how much she's been helping me. You know what I mean? I hope she never sent the invoice to me. This was a joke. But anyway, so tell how people can find your website, whatever it is.
So just like my business name, my website is lifetransformationsolutions.com. So you can go on there. You can email me through my website. You can find my social media links and connect with me through all of the links that are on there. I have a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
But one thing
LinkedIn.
is, so she teaches, as well, right? So,
Yeah.
but you need to be you need to have but if you're in Florida, in another state, you need to look for the state's laws to see, what.
Local and state laws. If you want to get into hypnosis, I highly recommend it. It has changed my life.
Look at them. Like you talk to them. The camera.
Yeah. So, hypnosis has changed my life. And so I always tell my students, it's your responsibility to find out what your local and state laws are in order to practice hypnosis. In Florida, you can practice hypnosis. You can't practice hypnotherapy, as we were talking about earlier. So you just have to find out what certifications you need, look at your local laws on how to practice, what you can and can't do with your clients, insurance costs and all that. So you have to do a little bit of research, depending on what country you're in, what state you're in, what city you're in, because it just changes from place to place. And just find out what the loopholes are and how you can practice, comfortably without getting yourself in trouble. But conversational hypnosis, I mean, if you could use it in your own personal life because you're just trying to become more connected with self, it's even a fantastic tool for that. When you sign up for my class, I host ACH three or four times a year, and I have a master's of ACH that I will be hosting towards the end of this year, which is ACH is a prerequisite for MACH. So once you sign up for my program, you are a lifetime student. You don't have to pay ever again. You come to every masterclass I host. You come to my monthly meetups. You're a student at my school, SKOOL platform. And so you just really get to learn and practice and hone your craft in how to become more intuitive and help your clients get results faster so they're not living in pain. You help them move into a place where they can live happily and comfortably, and they're no longer stuck within the problem. They have more options, more resources that they've been able to tap into versus, relying on the external people, places, things in order to feel a certain way.
Thank you. This is beautiful. So I have finishing here today. I have 3 questions for you.
Okay. See how I do.
Yeah. So who is God?
God is everything. It's everything. It's energy. It's in us. And we can tap into it at any given moment.
That's beautiful. I love that. The other one, if you could delete one word, from people's memories, right? What word would it be?
A word?
Yeah, word, from people. If you could delete, take away from people's memories, so they ever fade again. What word would it be?
I can't.
Well, I love. Oh my God, I love it. That was it. I can't. Oh my God, I love. And the last one, if you have the power to change one thing, in a planet, in a world, what would it be?
One thing I can change.
No. If you have the power to change one thing, in a planet, in a world, one thing,
I mean, when you showed me that earlier, like the first thing I thought was suffering, but there's so many lessons in suffering.
Yeah, but
you can't take anything away.
But no, if it's suffering comes, I think it's suffering. I think it's suffering because you know what? We have over 8 billion people in this planet.
Yeah.
If you could have asked to all 8, but we have more than 8 billion. So, this is the number they put. But if you could have asked 8 billion people, Dad, are you suffering from something?
They would tell you.
Say, yes, I'm suffering from this pain, or I'm suffering from lack of this, or I'm suffering. It's beautiful.
But that's a belief, right?
Yeah, but it's a belief. Yeah, but if you
what
have,
does that belief bring? It brings.
But I can imagine
challenges. It brings.
So we have this power. So I'm gonna take this word, for people's memories, for people's mind, the suffering. They don't say to themselves, "I'm
suffering." They
don't
look at it as suffering anymore.
Yeah, like a friend here used to say, all the suffering is coming from the attachment. That's how we create. That's the reason you go to.
Okay, so then that would be it, right? Take away the attachment. The attachment to the feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, it has such a. It's hard because it has such a purpose. I mean, from my experience in regressions and like doing past life regressions and in between and soul purpose and all those other things that I have done with my clients, we don't feel all of this up there.
Yeah.
We don't feel this. This is a very, all of these emotions, the suffering, the extremes is a very human experience. This is not anywhere else.
Yeah.
We came here to experience this. This is part of our like, we wanted to feel emotion. Everything's peaceful up there. There's no worries. There's no pain.
Right.
There's no suffering.
Yeah.
We wanted to know what suffering was. We wanted to know what pain was, and we chose to have lessons through those experiences.
Yeah. But Dolores, what's one last thing?
Canon.
You know what? I never watched too many. No, I don't watch a lot of her videos. But one thing that I'm connected to her 100% because one of those first times that I watched her videos on YouTube, you know what I mean? I felt that she's from Brazil. You know what I mean? She grew up in spirituality in Brazil. But the things she's talking, exactly is the things that I grew up over there, in the metaphysical place that I used to go.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that I grew up. They're the same things that I learned. Then when she's talking about, you know, the entities, dark entities, and that. This woman speaks my language. She must be from Brazil. She's born in America, but her soul is from Brazil.
That's funny.
But listen, guys, listen. Thank you. This was an amazing, beautiful conversation, Regina. I'm so thankful that you took opportunity to come here to talk, you know, have this conversation with Dean. And please, if you feel subscribe to this channel, if this way you support the channel as well, please like this video, any other video that you watch on my channel. And feel free to make any comments below about this conversation or share any testimony, you know what I mean, that, you know, related to this conversation today. Someone else can read, and I mean, help them as well. And I bless everyone with infinite abundance, and I'm sending a lot of love, healing energy for everyone. I love you all. Thank you for love, eyes. Namaste, guys. Bye-bye. It was beautiful. Now I gotta stop here.